It's hard to say at the moment because he's only just sort of got assessed. It's kind of a tweak in his groin. Look, the initial reports is that it's not serious, which means he's a chance for Sunday. So that tells me that it's nothing significant. Now, if he doesn't make Sunday, I'd assume he'll be right for after that because that's where we're at. But at the same time, he's kind of just come off a long flight. You never feel great anyway, so we'll see how he goes training tomorrow. They'll probably give us the best indication.
Just on Bentancur, obviously something's been hanging over him, potentially long bad. First of all, does he feel, is he in the mentally right place to start without this?
Yeah, look, I think so. I haven't spoken to him sort of at length about it deliberately because we do have a big game on the weekend. I think it's important. I think with all these things, my advice to players always, and anyone who's involved in this kind of thing, is to try and stay calm. And there's a process that's involved that really you don't have a lot of control over till it starts. So there's no point sort of adding that anxiety to it. But he trained well this morning, and the group trained well, and he was part of that. So focus is on Sunday, and then obviously post Sunday we'll kind of we'll probably have a longer chat with him and sort of address where he's at.
Just finally on Arsenal, one of the standout aspects of their game is the defensive record. You're obviously coming to a new club, or relatively in the last year, with a lot of new signings, and you play very attacking football. But do you anticipate over the coming weeks and months this season, the defensive record will improve over my time?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we've been terrible defensively so far this year. I mean, we've conceded 3 goals and but limited the opposition to fairly few chances. I think we'd almost be top of the league in terms of chances created by opposition. So defensively, I think we've been okay. We've just had a couple of lapses, obviously, but it's the nature of football, mate. If you're going to be more attacking, you're going to have more gaps the other way. I mean, I get it. People say, we want you to be more attacking, but we want you really solid defensively. So we're talking about perfection. That doesn't exist with anyone. So we're erring on the side of being more attacking, aggressive, which is going to mean we maybe concede more than others, but that's fine. I'm comfortable in that space. The key to that is to score more goals than the opposition, which we haven't done so far.
Jason, just going back to that game against City, obviously your frustrations are very understandable in the atmosphere and so on, but now you're playing Arsenal rather than trying to stop Arsenal. How much pressure does that put onto you now? Get a good result. All the fans are looking at you. Come on, they'll be playing Arsenal. Go and beat them. And also, how do you reflect upon those comments now? I know you mentioned it a little bit before, but how do you reflect upon them now?
Yeah, I don't feel any more pressure because I felt the same pressure in that game. I want to win every game. It doesn't change for me. I don't care. I don't care who I'm playing, mate. Let's go out there and play each other. I'm going to want to beat you. I may not, but I'm going to want to. No, I don't know. You look pretty solid to me. A bit more fit. So, but I just want to win, mate. It doesn't change for me. And I think the key to success is I really would hate to think that I've got players in the dressing room who want to win this game more than any others, or prepare differently, or try harder in this game than any other, because that's not the way forward. Irrespective, we understand the significance of it, because if we do win, our supporters will be over the moon. I understand that, and if we don't win, they're going to be devastated. But if we prepare this game differently than any other, then I'm disappointed, because I want to win every time, and that's the only way you can be successful. So I make no apologies for that. I'm not going to prepare any different for this game than I did against Newcastle or will against Coventry on Wednesday. I want to win all the time, and I want our club to win all the time. And if you do that, then yeah, when you beat your rivals in a big derby game, everyone gets excited and everyone feels great. But I want more than that. That's not what I'm after.
Do you think the fans need to get over that as well, then?
No, fans can. I've said a million times, fans can feel the way they want to. It's their club. They can be as happy or as disenchanted or as optimistic or as pessimistic as they want. That's my role, is to try and give them a team that gives them hope, belief, and joy. That's it. But I'm not going to tell them how to feel, or whether if they want to win this game more than any other game, then good on them. That's up to them. But it's not me. It's not who I am.
Do with a big win against a big team to restore some faith in what you're trying to do?
Restore some faith with who?
Well, from the audience, the people from the outside, supporters. I'm just thinking, you had a flying start last season. Yeah. Problems in the middle, which we kind of all understand. Yeah. You haven't really won a big one since Villa, which seems like a while.
Yeah, well, we had a summer in the middle. So so look, I don't know. Look, I mean, I'm not really sure. Look, if people have lost faith, in what we're doing, then again, I cannot let that be my guide to what we're doing. My guide is what I see on a daily basis, the way we play our football, the way the team's growing, and I'm as optimistic and as bullish as I've ever been. Is it important to win big games? Absolutely, I want to win big games, but it doesn't. Again, we won some big games early last year. It doesn't mean that that's going to get you to where you want to. There's got to be a consistency in approach, but I haven't. There's nothing I've seen that's made me waver in my belief about what we're doing. Now, whether that externally is reflected by people's, as you said, faith or belief, again, there's only one way we can sort of change that if people have lost faith in sort of what we're doing here, and that is to perform and win.
Do you believe in such a thing as like one win being bigger than another right now?
No, I don't, because I know that teams that win things win all the time. They don't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose. Small teams do, because that's where the only true victory relies. Yeah, because they think, well, we can't win the competition, but if we get a couple of big scalps, mate. I was with Australia for a long time. That was the mentality. Let's knock off a big gun because we can't win a World Cup. I don't subscribe to that. Winners go, you know what? Who's in front of us? Let's win. And that's the way I am. That's the way I think. So I don't think one win is bigger than any other or more significant than any other.
It was 23 points, I think, between you and Arsenal last season. Only 3 places, but 23 points, which sounds like a huge number. Is it realistic to bridge that over the course of one season?
Don't know, but it's a fair reflection. I think you're right. I mean, that's what I looked at the end of last year. As much as, we finished 5th, not far off, game off 4th, but when you look at the difference between us and the top 2, top 3, there's still a significant gap there that we need to bridge, and that's what I'm trying to bridge. And no, that won't happen quickly, but at the same time, I think we need to chip away at it if we want to. Because I mean, I get it. Everyone talks about final positions, and if we finish 4th, that's an improvement on last year. But if we finish 4th and 25 points behind, have we really bridged the gap to where ultimately our destination is? So then no. So there is a difference between us but again, they're further down the road than us as well. We're kind of a year into it. So if we're 5 years into it or 4 years into it and we're still 20 odd points behind, then you'd kind of say, well, probably I wouldn't be here talking about it. But from my perspective, it's a gap, and that's what we've got to try and close.
And just going back quickly to the home game again in April, obviously it ended up very close. First half it got away from you, and maybe once or twice you got done on the counter a bit. Is there any temptation at all to be a bit more circumspect in certain situations, or does a derby not lend itself to that?
I guess there can be, but there won't be.
Tom, Ange, no Odegaard and no Declan Rice for Arsenal, 2 huge players for them. I wonder if you see this as an opportunity.
Again, I think, God, it's a hell of a trap to fall into if you think that they're relying on just 2 players. They're 2 important players, but we were missing key players last year as well, but we still managed to have significant performances. And I think a team like Arsenal, that, like I said, have been very, very consistent over the last 2 years, I think can fill sort of whatever gaps they have. They've got still some good quality in their squad. I think the key for us, like I said, is the focus on our performance. When we play well, and we certainly have played well in the first 3 games, and a little bit more sort of clear-headed in both boxes in our work, then we're a match for any team, and that's what we've got to think about on the weekend. Not sort of, I think if you go into there thinking, they're going to be somehow weak, and I think you're going to get punished. I think we go in there thinking and believing they're going to be very strong, which I think they will be, and we've got to be at our best, but we know at our best, and playing the football we can match it with them.
I think it was around this fixture as well. There was a lot of talk about the set-piece record, and I think Arsenal scored from a set-piece in that game. And you said, I think, that you were always very comfortable with the record, that it gets better over time. Are you kind of more confident this season that Tottenham's record from corners and things will be better?
Well, I mean, it's it's the overall. You know, it's about not just improving one area. If I thought if it was just one area that we needed to, you know, fix, but you know, as we mentioned, we were 20 odd points behind the top two last year. I think it's more than one area. So for us, everything, whether it's set pieces, whether it's our general game, our defensive work, our offensive work, our individual players, the quality of our squad, all of it needs to improve. So, you know, Arsenal definitely are a threat at set pieces. It's something you do have to kind of be focused on. But, you know, we need to be focused on sort of all of our game, and it's not just about shutting them down in one area. It's about, you know, nullifying their strengths and more importantly for us, accentuating our strengths to overcome it.
They might trust to fiddle with Ricardo's gloves again.
I don't know. Yeah, well, he does. So I'm not really sure what. Oh, that's the dark arts, isn't it? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Okay. Yeah, if he does, well, okay. I mean, I guess Vic can give them to him. I don't know. They can deal with it. Rock, paper, scissors, whatever it takes. I don't know, mate. Not interested.
Okay, we'll go Dom and then finish with Paul, please.
Hi, Ange. Earlier this week, England interim manager Lee Carsley was sat in the chair that you're sat in now, and he was asked whether he feels his team have a responsibility to play attractive, good football, or is his responsibility just to win matches? And he said his responsibility is just results. How do you feel about that in your role?
I think we're all. I think ultimately we're all measured on results. I think that's what I guess defines a successful or unsuccessful era for all of us. So I don't think there's any surprise there. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anything Lee said would be a surprise to anybody. Irrespective of what I do, if the results aren't there, I'm sure all of you will be saying, well, you know what, it's an unsuccessful period, time for a change. So it's all about results. Now, how you get those results, that's kind of that's the secret sauce, mate. You know, that we all do it different ways. So my way is a certain way, others there isn't a way. But I do what I do because I want to get results. I want to win games of football and be successful.